Hello to all my friends out there. So I have some things to say to you. Okay, you know the last video I did, prepare for recession, prepare for emergencies now at Walmart. I was trying to download the one of the videos and the Wi-Fi kept flipping on and off while I was in the McDonald's. Then I was in the Walmart, and the Wi-Fi kept my Wi-Fi, because I pay a lot of money for my Wi-Fi, kept flipping on and off. So I put all the stuff back and left, because that's a huge hassle if my videos drop. And then I was trying to do my eBay. You know, I work off my phone, and it said no connection. So I said, okay, I will go to, I have, one time I was in Parkway Plaza, which is a pretty bad Walmart too. And I said to the manager, what is wrong with this store? And he said, well, it's the people. I go, that's funny. I'm having a problem, and I can go to Las Coaches Walmart. There's never a problem. Same thing with this one I was just at, and the Wi-Fi was flipping on and off. And I need to respond to an offer on my eBay, and the Wi-Fi is flipping on and off. So when I get a chance, I will buy this stuff. So I didn't actually buy that stuff yet, but I will. Okay, I want to go over the 8 rules, because I have a lot of new followers. And if you can live this way, it's really going to give you a good life. Rule 1, be grateful to God. You know, if you're healthy and you're happy and you have enough food in your house, just be grateful to God for what you do have. That is you're going to save yourself so much misery in life if you're grateful for the things you do have. Number 1B, park in the shade. Okay, you have seen me do all kinds of videos, all kinds of eating in my car, drinking in my cars, my car life, videos. And so I was subscribed to Cheap RV Living. And a lot of times, they'd be living in their cars and they'd be parked out in the blazing sun. And I think to myself, okay, that is not good. Out here, I was going to the casinos and I saw trailer parks that were like parking lots with no shade. I would never buy one of those, because nothing is hotter than a trailer. I had a few mobile homes. So number 1B, park in the shade. Number 2, this is like a biggie, enjoy life. One time I ran into this guy, and he said, I make a habit out of enjoying life. Look at the trees. They were full of pink blossoms, and we were, in a pleasant surroundings. And I thought, how easy is that to enjoy life? So I started making a habit out of enjoying life. You've seen me eating Slurpees. You've seen me having tea and cookies. You've seen me out on my balcony saying, praise God, I live here. So I made it a habit. And after many years of it, I've said to myself many times, can't they just enjoy life? Well, no, you can't if it's not a habit. When my husband was deathly ill, at times, we would actually be enjoying life a little bit as best we could. We'd be watching The Big Bang Theory. We'd be watching Seinfeld. We'd be watching CSI. And the first night I went in there, the neighbor goes, turn that thing down. And I go, sorry. Well, guess what? The next thing you know, there's 3 people in the room. When I first got there, I thought, oh, this is so horrible. But after a while, we became like a little family. And when we left, I said, well, gosh, I'm kind of sorry we have to leave them. But I told Mike, I go, we got to get out of here so I can get out of here. Number 3, buy everything at the cheapest possible price. Okay, how that came about is I was working in a salon in a nice area. That was before the low-end shops. And this guy came in and he said his entire job was buying everything at the cheapest possible price, down to toilet paper, everything for these filthy rich people. That was his 9 to 5 job 5 days a week. Interest paid in, high. Interest paid out, low. Everything at the cheapest possible price. And I thought, wow, poor people can do that for themselves as well. And I started doing that, and it has saved me a ton of money. Number 4, God provides. Okay, Ricky and I had this friend, in common, and she told us this so many times. We really started believing that, and after a while, you come to realize that is actually true. Number 5, watch and pray no accidents. That is so important. Like a lot of times I'll be in my car and I'll just pray, God, the traffic is horrible. Please let me get home in one piece without an accident. The other day in the rain, some guy, was in an accident. And they were driving so fast in that parking lot during that rain. And of course, there was an accident. This is a good one. 6, if things look bleak, pray to God for help. I can't tell you how many times my butt would be in a sling and I would pray to God for help, and I would get it every darn time. And things would look very, very bleak. And people would go, how did you do it? I'll give you one. I was sending my son to private school. And I had no business really to be there because, I was poor and the people that went there were well off. But I worked all the time and I wanted my little boy in a safe environment. And so it would be like 1 or 2 weeks before school, and I wouldn't have the money to start him, and I would pray, please, God, help me. And my parents would usually go on a vacation, and they would come back and they go, did you get the money? And I go, yeah, don't ask me how. And a lot of times I'll do things, and I'll say to my son, I don't know how I did that. I would be fired from my jobs, and I would go out and I would pray to God for help, and I would come home with a job, and my son would say, did you get a job? And I would say, yeah, and he would say, I knew you would, Mom. And I used to go, are you kidding me? I almost had a heart attack. All right, now this is when praying for others, light a candle. Okay, I was quitting the Diet Coke, and the habit has never been bad like it was. What I did was I was able to weaken that habit, and I'm still quitting. And one of the followers was praying for me, and I dreamed she lit a candle, and it was like all of a sudden the power of that addiction lost its power. So when praying for others, light a candle. Number 8, and I dreamed it was a big candle too. And if that is you out there, thank you very much. Number 8, you have seen me do this. Take advantage of all freebies. Okay, what I did is I took advantage of a freebie and I accepted a free waffle, and it was so delicious. I have had many waffles since. You want to stockpile food so you can make bread, so you can make waffles, so you can make pancakes, because things get bad and you don't have any bread, you're going to be very, very hungry, and you need to make sure you have oil as well. Okay, now I want to give you the artesian bread recipe. I have a bread recipe, and I would say it's just as good, if not better, than the artesian bread. And I was thinking, wow, why don't you make your own bread? This is on my Twitter. And slice it like the artesian bread and put it in the freezer. I thought I had the world's best bread recipe, and then I found this one and I said, nope, this one is the best. And it's pretty much no fail. So I wanted to give you guys this recipe. My grandmother used to make the bread every single morning, and let me tell you, if you're going to be eating bread and gravy, this is the way to go. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys that recipe. And I wanted to give you guys the thumbprint cookie recipe. It's on my Twitter too. Just go Rotastone Twitter or Rotastone Instagram. This doesn't make very many, but this is the best. Here is I'll give you both of these, the waffle recipe I use and the panucci topping. And if you pour this panucci topping on the waffles with a few walnuts and some whipped cream, it's very delicious. And here is my fried chicken recipe, which brings us to tonight, TGIF. I'm making fried chicken and potato salad. Instead of MSG, I just sprinkle the chicken with a little sea salt and let it set for a few minutes. And then I don't put salt in the water part because I have enough salt on there. I mean the flour part. And then I make my potato salad with one potato, 1 egg, mayonnaise, mustard, and pickle relish, and onions, salt, and pepper. Okay, now I have 3 recipes for soup. These 2 were mentioned today on Jan from New York City Saves Money, but I happen to have really good recipes. But I cannot find them, but as soon as I find them, I will give them to you guys. Okay, I had the $5 meat for a week, and you might be thinking, what am I going to do with this cheap food? Well, one of the things that's very, very delicious is fry chorizo in a little oil until it is done, and then drain off the excess grease. So you just and make sure your chorizo is cooked and be careful not to burn it. Then cut potatoes, this is like a scramble, cut potatoes in small cubes and fry in oil. I use shortening. Now in another bowl, crack an egg in 1 tablespoon milk, stir with a fork. Good. Okay, pour eggs on top of the fried potatoes and dot the eggs with the cooked chorizo. Then you can make a big giant burrito, or this is very delicious with French toast, with honey and butter, or cinnamon toast. And if any of you have any good microwaves meals, please let us know. I am working on this. And then I want to give you one more really good recipe. This is for hot wings. Now, I went back and forth between fried chicken and pizza, or hot wings and pizza, or fried chicken and potato salad, but I could have made this with either hot wings or regular chicken. What you can do is you can just make this wing sauce. It's very delicious. And then cover your chicken with the wing sauce and bake 350, turn halfway. So, okay, that is all my messages to you guys, and God bless you all.